Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I am going to go over all the Flare protocols and give you an overview. This is not going to be a tutorial on how to use them, it's just going to be an introduction. I have other videos explaining more in detail how to use each protocol, and you can watch them on my YouTube. So first, we're going to check Stargate Finance. So right here, you press Connect Wallet. You can connect using Wallet Connect on your phone, or you can navigate to this same site from your browser on your wallet and connect from there. And then here you would choose USDC and the network that you're using. And then here you would put to Flare. So here you can use this to add a new destination address. So let's say that you have it in your hardware wallet and you want to send it to your Bifrost wallet. So if you copy this destination address here, once the bridge is done, you're going to receive it in the new address. So for Flare, it's not that important because the gas is very cheap. But if you were moving into ETH, you could save one transaction by doing this. And then you can choose a fast transaction or a economy transaction. For Flare base, all of those is not really significant, but for Ethereum, it could be. It's a Stargate. It's very simple. This works to move from Base, Arbitrum, Ethereum, and others into Flare. You can also send from Flare to Base. In Flare, you have USDC, USDT, and Wrap ETH. Those are the ones that you can move right now. Okay? So that's it for Stargate. Check Spartex. So the first tab that we're going to check is the swap. Right here, you can pick all of these assets and you can swap them for any other asset in the Flare network. Next tab is perps. I know that some of the locations have been geo-blocked, so this might not work for everybody. But here you can do perpetuals on any of these tokens. This is more of an advanced thing. So if you're new to DeFi, I would recommend that you stay away from this until you understand a little bit better. Then we're going to go to pools. Actually, let's go first to farms and then we're going to go back to pools. So here you can see all the APRs. This is the farms are the incentivized. So this is going back to this. Okay. USDC 74%, and you can see the different APRs for the different parts that you're getting the rewards from. Wrapped ETH to USDC is giving you almost 90%. Right now, I just entered this one, the S-Flare Flare ETH. I like this because they are both staked assets. So that means that the value of both are appreciating over time. So while I'm in this pool, both are increasing in value, which is an interesting thing for me. And then if you go to do your deposit, you will see here how much RFLR you have been accruing over that period of time. And then when you go to pool, you can choose the assets. For example, the one that I told you earlier was S-Flare and Flare ETH. The pair that I'm using, let's say that I do a manual. Make sure that you are on the APR boosted for the fee tier. And then because we're going for the incentives, you don't have to worry too much about this. This is how tight your range is. So if you go full range, it's from 0 to infinity. And then if you go to expert, this is the ratio between ETH and Flare. If the price of one asset goes up, then you're going to be converted into the other asset, and otherwise it's also true. So make sure you understand. If you're going to go into common or expert, make sure you understand what you're doing before you enter. Otherwise, you're going to lose money for sure. And then once you enter a pool, it's going to show here. And then if you click there, you can see details of that pool that you are in there. And then lastly, you can go to analytics. Here you can see all the stats for Spartex. If you go to B3, you can go and see the different pools available for each token. You can see all the pools and all the analytics that you need to know. Okay. And I think that's it, guys. I will continue to the next protocol. In this video, we're going to talk about Kinetic. This is a borrowing and lending protocol on the Flare network. So the address is app@kinetic.market. You connect your wallet here. You choose either Bifrost or Wallet Connect, depending on if you are on a desktop or if you are on your phone. And then you can go to supply and borrow. And here you can supply S-Flare, USDC, USDT, Wrapped ETH, Flare ETH. If you do any of these two, it's going to be converted automatically to S-Flare. So I recommend that you do this so you have control of the operation. And then here you write down how much you want to supply. First, you need to approve the transaction and then supply. So you're going to sign 2 times. And then here you have information of the interest. So right here for USDC, you're getting 7.35% APR on USDC. And then on top of that, you're getting 14% back on reward flare, which is pretty nice because this is, in my opinion, the safest of all DeFi because there's less volatility and you don't have to be doing anything. This is a good place to park assets in the long term. And then for borrow, same. Once you have supply and then you set as collateral, you can go to borrow and then you can borrow any of these assets against your collateral. And then if you go to rewards, right now I'm not connected, but here you're going to see how much RFLR you are accruing this month. And then there's the Jewel token that you can stake here. And then the APR is 15%. You have to vote every month. So yeah, this is a very good platform. Especially, I think that, for example, at the top of the market, or if you have stable coins, this is a much better alternative than using banks. So if instead of having USDC in a bank doing nothing, here you can get 21% on your USDC, and then you're not even risking volatility. And with Flare being so fast, you can go in and go out in seconds. So you don't have to wait. You could almost, let's say that you could take out whatever you're going to spend on the day, send it to your exchange or to your bank and spend it. And then the rest of the time it's accruing interest. And don't dismiss the power of compounding interest. Dashboard, and then if you go down, you can see how much USDC is borrowed. What is the borrow cap? So right now there's $750,000 for grabs that you can borrow. Same, don't just click things. Make sure you understand what you're doing and how this works. And it can be a very interesting way to maximize your gains. In this video, we're going to talk about BlazeSwap. This is okay. So this is BlazeSwap. This is a very simple DEX. It's not as complex as Spark DEX. So here you connect to Flare mainnet. And then here you can swap any token for any token. It's going to give you the information. And then if you go to pool, you can add liquidity for different pairs, which you can see here. These are the pairs that are available, and this is the APR that you would get for doing so. Yeah, this is pretty much it. And then here you can see the delegation rewards and Flare drop rewards that you can get. But we're going to explore Cyclo Finance. So this is the main page, cyclo.finance. And then if you go to app, here you can lock your S-Flare or your ETH. And then you get size Flare or size WETH. And then you would be able to go to BlazeSwap or Spartex, sell your tokens, and then do other DeFi stuff. I have other videos about this. If you press unlock, here you can see your receipts. And then if you have size Flare or size WETH, then you can unlock your tokens that you locked over here. And then if you go to rewards, you need to buy, if you read here, if you buy on Spartex or BlazeSwap's size Flare or size ETH, then you will have, this is the current APRs. So whatever you do, you have to buy. So just minting does not work. You have to actually buy the SysFlare, and then you get this APY at the end of the month. Very simple. This is very powerful, guys. If you haven't used it, I would recommend that you check it out. In this video, we're going to talk about Scepter. This is a liquid staking platform. What that means is that you, instead of staking your flare and your flare not being available, you stake it with Scepter. They do the staking, and then the value of the staking plus the flare drops gets added to the value of your S flare. So this number right here, that means that one S flare will give you 1.29 flare. This over time is going to increase because all the rewards that Scepter is accruing is being added to the value of S flare. This is very powerful because you can have the best of both worlds. Here in the stake page, if you connect your wallet, same thing. You either do it via Bifrost, MetaMask, or Wallet Connect. You choose the amount that you want to stake. The estimated APY is 47.51%. That's pretty nice. There's a buy-in fee these 23 days of the snapshot because of how Flare Drop works. So if you go to between March 6 and March 13, you can do it without the fee. And right now you would pay 4.4%. This 4.4% gets added to the total value. I'll show you in a minute. So that means that whoever stakes out of turn, then it's contributing to the overall pool. The other option is if you are outside of this range, you can buy it on Spartex or BladeSwap. If you press on stake, here you can press how much S-Flare you want to unstake, and then it takes 14.5 days because that's the minimum time that you can have your assets staked. It's 2 weeks. That's why it takes 14 days for a cooldown. And then after 14 days, you would say claim. In request, you would say claim, and then Fair.flare is going to land in your wallet. And if you go to S rewards, right here you can see all the different rewards that get added to the protocol. If you see the states, that's when you have the flare drop, which is one of the biggest ads. In this case, there was 20 million flare. If you go here, flare drop P chain, that's 22 million. This is something where you can check total rewards, how much there has been added, almost 200 million flare since the beginning. Flare drops, the total last 30 days. You can see the exchange rate for the last 365 or the last 30 days. And you will see that right on flare drop, it went from 125 to 128. All right, guys, that's it. So I think I covered pretty much everything on the Flare Fair. I recommend that you check it out. There's a lot of things to do.